gets me every time.
Hi, I'm Andrew Leong.
I'm Jamie Rice.
And welcome to #Ambitious. In this episode, we're going to talk about websites for dental practices. So we're going to go through a range of tips that you can implement to make your website a lot better. So the first tip I want to give is your brand, your dentist brand. So every dentist is different, and your brand is a lot more than your logo or the name of your company. It's about the way you treat your patients, from the moment they speak to you on the phone, the reception, how they're treated in the chair. So that's your brand. It's your values and how you treat your customers and also your staff. But that needs to shine through on your website. That is a huge way to differentiate yourself from other dentists. So my first tip is make sure your brand shines through your website.
Yeah, next one we're going to look at is building trust. So just like any business really, when you've got a prospective client looking around, prospective patient looking around at different dental websites, they're not just going to, or most of the time, not just going to look at one, pick up the phone, then join. They're probably going to look at a few different websites and then potentially get in touch with the one they like the most. Or if they don't like the look of the website, they'll potentially leave. One of the main weaknesses we see with a lot of websites, particularly dental websites, is not including photographs of team members. And it's really a missed opportunity because it can build trust massively, and it can take that sort of fear away from initially getting in touch if they can see who they're going to be speaking with when they pick up the phone or send an email. So this can be creating a really nice About Us page that just creates a bit of a warm atmosphere. So a photograph of whoever your receptionist is, say a little bit about them, what they do in their spare time, what their hobbies are, what they like, what they don't like. Pictures of, obviously, your dentist, any assistants or nurses or trainees or anything else, anyone that's within the practice, just having a photograph on there, giving a description, saying what they like, they don't like, make them a person so that when somebody does land on your website, if you're using Google Analytics, I'm confident you'll be amazed. If you don't have it now, put it on your site. Look at Google Analytics 30 days, 60 days later, and see how long people are spending on the About Us page. If the content's good, you'll be really impressed.
Yeah, so things like meet the team. So with the photography, you can do something like just have one picture of yourself, but I feel like the more pictures you've got, the way I would go about it, or the way we go about it for our clients, is we make it so when a patient reaches your website and they go through it, for example, meet the team, meet us, About Us, etc., they've almost feel like they're in a virtual dentist. It's like they've gone through, and if you put your brand in there with your imagery, then they get a really strong feeling of your dental practice before they've set foot in the door, and that just sets patients on the right track to want them to reach out to you. And I mean, to lead on from building trust is also videos like this. So yes, imagery is great, but we now live in a time with fast broadband and smartphones, so people consume videos more. And what videos do is they help to build trust and confidence in your dental practice as you as a dentist and as a dental practice as a business. So videos is a good way. You don't have to put a huge amount of videos. If you can do that, that's fantastic. But just a 1 or 2 videos. They don't have to be long, a couple of minutes, 30 seconds of you introducing yourself and a little bit about yourself and the dental practice. And that again will allow patients to feel more confident in you. There's a reason why everyone believes they know celebrities, and that's because we see them all the time on the television. So if your patients get to see more of you through the internet before they've even met you, they feel like they've bonded with you already.
Yeah, absolutely. Next one we're going to talk about is contact details. So you've got a really nice looking website now. You've got an About Us page and videos that starts to instill trust. The next thing, which can be a bit of a missed opportunity or have a lower conversion rate, is not making it easy for people to get in touch with you. So some people hate picking up the phone. Some people want to pick up the phone. Some people want to send an email. So make sure there's every possible option available. Have a really clear contact number. And a lot of websites we see, the contact number isn't visible on every page. It's just on the contact us page, and it's in really small fonts, at the bottom. people are lazy when they go online generally. If it's not readily available, they probably won't look, or they probably won't click the button if they're on the smartphone. Make your contact number extremely prominent and your calls will increase almost without doubt. Tried it time and time again. Increase the size of your contact number, calls start to go up. Next is having a quick and easy to use contact form, and also putting your email address on there as well. The reason I say to do both is some people like to send an email from their personal email address. Some people can't. If they're just on the website, they haven't got their emails open. It's more effort, so it's really quick and easy just to complete a contact form. But the last one that we're seeing real success with is live chat. So if you've got the capabilities to have a receptionist or a member of staff to keep a live chat bar open on their desktop, you can literally offer live chat on your website. We're using the Talk software at the moment, which is TAWK, and it's completely free. Fantastic software, and it's made conversion rates go through the roof for a number of our clients.
Another tip you can do is make your website responsive to different devices, like a mobile phone or a tablet or a Kindle Fire. And the reason is we no longer just search the internet through a desktop or a laptop. People have smartphones now and iPads, and your website needs to be able to adapt and respond to those different devices. In 2019, a patient shouldn't access your website on a phone and have to zoom in and do all sorts of poor user experience things.
Because they probably won't, they'll just leave.
Yeah, they'll just leave because it's a representation of your dental practice. It sounds strange, but if your website's poor, it translates into your profession basically, and whether you care about those patients as a dentist.
Yeah, and if it's not easy to use, it's very, very easy to press the back button on your phone, then click the next listing down, and they're on a competitor's website in probably under 5 seconds.
Yes. Have you got more tips?
Last one I'd just say is if you could try and get reviews on your website. Time and time again, when we're sat speaking with dentists, there's obviously the fear that there's a lot of the potential patients and patients are apprehensive. They put off coming in for checkups, or they haven't been in years, and potential patients who just haven't been to the dentist and they're not on the books. One of the ways to get around it is to start building some trust, and the way to do this is to have testimonials. If you can get video testimonials from your existing patients, can be an enormous win. It shows massive trust, and the people like you. We've seen lots of other practices put up just text-based reviews. But obviously these, well, it's better than nothing. There's no authenticity there. Anyone could have.
Unless you're using a Google review or a Trustpilot.
Yeah.
I mean, don't just take someone's review and then quote it on your website, because it doesn't look real. It has to be an independent. So yes, if you have a video of an actual patient talking, fantastic. But if you've got Trustpilot reviews and Google reviews, you need to integrate them into your website, because that's just going to make a huge amount of impact. I just want to add one last tip in there as well, as before and after photos. You need before and after photographs to demonstrate your work, but please don't splash them all over your website, because then it looks spammy. You want to use a few to wet the flavor and give people an example, but then you just enough so people inquire, but don't splash them everywhere, because we do see a lot of dentist websites and they look very just too in your face. They don't conform to standard website practices. I think that's it for everything, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you can add those tips now, you could actually do them within a week. They're not too difficult to do. If you can't do them yourself, please outsource it to a professional. But yeah, implementing those things are going to really, really add benefit and a return on investment to your dental practice. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next episode. Give me every time.